Good morning, everyone. It's October the 29th, 2024. I'm going to start today with a couple of updates, and I've just finished delivering our local community newspaper, The Echo, here again. So I just wanted to read a couple of stuff on the homeless as well that's come out in the latest newspaper. And I'm going to start with our local provincial MPP, Lucille Collard. And on this, I'm just going to read this article, and then I have another article, and I'll talk a bit about it after. So the first article from our provincial MPP is another decision of the provincial government I need to put into question is the closure of safe injection sites without a plan to replace them. The problems surrounding addictions are complex and have deep negative impacts, especially on the adjacent communities. The government needs to implement a model with accountability mechanisms and appropriate resources to protect residents and save lives. These sites play an important role in reducing harm and providing necessary support to some of our most vulnerable residents, but they cannot come at the cost of destroying neighborhoods. That's why these sites need to have the necessary infrastructure to deliver services in an effective and responsible manner. As you know, I strongly believe and support community services throughout community organizations as they are vital to maintaining the well-being of our neighborhoods. The government's support is essential to allow these organizations to deliver services that are robust and responsive to the needs of those who depend on them the most. Investing in community programs and outreach helps create a safety net for individuals and families facing challenges. This includes support for shelters, food banks, and mental health resources. It's essential that our community services adapt to the changing needs of our population, offering accessible and effective support. Furthermore, we must continue advocating for policies that address the root causes of social issues and foster inclusivity. Strengthening these services will help build a more resilient and compassionate community for everyone. As always, I remain committed to working for our community and ensuring these issues are addressed at Queen's Park. So this was the article coming out from our provincial MPP. Now, I'm going to go back to a smaller article on from the our community association, which I'm associated with here. And it's on, this is one of the following issues remain on top of our agenda, which is, sorry, I don't mean to block myself there. Just a minute here. And this is a call to action. The LAC, which is the Lower Town Community Association, proposes a roundtable bringing together social service experts, business representatives, service providers, and others to map out a plan of decentralizing the current services. With the budget issues experienced by the City of Ottawa, we will have to plan to deliver services using the current resources allotted for social support. We will also continue our work with the Catholic Diocese in identifying potential transitional homes, starting by housing those with less need for support. New Canadians, those living in poverty, those who have lost their jobs, cannot afford rent, etc. Our work was instrumental in the large convent on St. Joseph Boulevard in Orleans being bought by the city for use as transitional housing. Such a great start. Some service providers are delivering supports outside our community as well, but there is no strategic approach to bring together all the key players. And this is, again, it's a hot topic. It's definitely something we're going to be talking about all winter long. And this is what we're also trying to get housing right now, because we have the problem where the homeless are down here. It's very difficult to deal with the homeless, but we have so many people coming in from other countries. Number one, we have people that are losing their homes with the high cost of living and inflation and that. Everything has driven people out. And I mean, students can't get housing either. They're living in shelters. We have people who are working who are living in shelters. And this is where it was discussed at our last meeting, which wasn't a full meeting, but some of this was discussed because it was our when our AGM meeting where we're electing our board of directors at that point. But I'll probably have more information by next month once we start the meetings up again. So this is what I wanted to speak about. And I know one of the other hot issues down here again is, of course, the fires that are continuing. And we've had a number of fires over the summer. I haven't really mentioned this, we haven't talked about it, but these were definitely arson-related fires. They were started, a lot of them, in the buildings that have been abandoned and boarded up down here and closed down. We have the homeless people keep breaking into the properties. Some of the fires have started that way. And these are buildings that absentee landlords, for sure, that they just leave them to fall apart and hope that the land is valuable enough that a big condo developer is going to come along and obviously take the property and build a brand new condo, which does not have any affordable housing in it. So this has been a long-standing battle down here in Lower Town as well. And the terrible thing about these fires, especially in these abandoned buildings, like I said, the night we had the 10 fires, there were well over 10 fires there that I talked about a few weekends ago. At least there was people around. But in abandoned buildings, we are in a historic area of Ottawa with older buildings that oftentimes they're sometimes very close to a row house or very close to each other. So if one is set on fire, if it's not caught on time, it could set more fires down the block and continue on down. So there's a lot to worry about on the fires, and every time I go to a community meeting or the community's just meeting up for a casual thing, like yesterday, it was sometimes they get the community for supports for social housing. They will come together, they will put out information tables again off and on so that people who are in social housing can have the necessary information and talk to the police or Crime Stoppers or the health department or whoever they can get information from, which is a great help to us as well. But I know even just talking to them, the big talk has been about the fires. We're very concerned, and I know again I know other people in other social housing as well. And one of the problems that they've been having over the summertime is when I had my fires here a couple of weeks ago, it was put in the dumpster. Now, we have our dumpsters and our recyclable bins and that outside the building. Well, there's some of them buildings that have garbage rooms with garbage rooms in the basement, and they have the garbage chute. Well, people have been setting the garbage chutes and the garbage bins below on fire. So what happens if the bin at the bottom is set on fire, then the smoke rises and it comes out through the garbage chute, so it fills up the building with smoke very quickly. So this is another alarming thing, and from what I'm understanding, I do believe that the cameras again I'm back to the cameras, have found people have we now have an idea who's doing it, apparently, through the cameras as well. So the cameras on the floors and that. So this is very concerning. So I mean, this is why I'm very hyped up again on the cameras being very, very helpful in our buildings to find out individuals who are doing this. And there are obviously people who need a great deal of support, and this is why again I question what is in support of housing. And even with Julie and the bullying in that, it was very hyped up years ago on talking about bullying. And in the 90s there, we were often talking about how to stop the bullying. And that was through programs of, oh goodness, I can't remember the name of it right now. It just, I've kind of lost my train of thought there for a moment. But it's, oh, goodness, I had it on the tip of my tongue. Isn't that annoying when you have something on the tip of your tongue and you know you want to say it and it's just not coming out? Well, obviously I just can't seem to say it today. And the video is getting long, but when I figure it out, I'll write it down and I will tell you again. So even I'm not perfect. I can't remember everything. And it's not because of cognitive decline or anything. It's just a senior moment right now. So everyone, I'm just going to leave it there for today. And when I come back, I'll come back and let you know what I was talking about. But I'm just overtired today. It's been a long 18 weeks. I've just completed training my dog on over the last 18 weeks. I'll be talking about more of that on her certificates that she's been receiving as well. So I'm just going to leave it there for today. And everyone, take care. Have a great day, and we'll talk again soon. And be aware of your surroundings. And we'll talk again soon. And take care. Bye-bye.